Governor Andrew Cuomo claimed Friday, after the New York Attorney General's office showed a new report, that it looks like he may have the number of nursing home COVID deaths have been underestimated by as much as 50%. He said this:
a third of all deaths in this nation are from nursing homes. New York State, we're only about 28% only. But we're below the national average in number of deaths in nursing homes. But who cares? 33, 28, died in a hospital, died in a nursing home. They died.
This sounds very familiar. Do you remember this?
The fact is, we had 4 dead Americans. Was it because of a protest, or was it because of guys out for a walk one night who decided they'd go kill some Americans? What difference at this point does it make? It is our job to figure out what happened and do everything we can to prevent it from ever happening again, Senator.
Wow, the same tactic being used by Andrew Cuomo. We want to bring in Janice Dean. She's from Fox. She's the Fox News senior meteorologist. The reason why she is talking about this is because her husband lost both of his parents in a nursing home in New York. And we welcome Janice back to the program. Hi, Janice.
Hi, Glenn. Nice to see you, my friend.
Good to see you. So tell me what your reaction is to Governor Cuomo.
Where do I start? It's been 10 months that I've been covering this governor, and he continues to really surprise me with his arrogance, his narcissism, his stupidity. He continues to go on national television on Friday and, says things like you just aired. Who cares?
So tell me, the 28%, the rest of the country has 33%. Is that true?
Well, I have to first begin by saying I was surprised that the Attorney General here in New York, who is a Democrat, who was endorsed by Governor Cuomo, did her own investigation, 76 pages of a report into the nursing home issue, something that I have been shouting from the mountaintops for 10 months. I've been on your program talking about Cuomo and the mandate to put COVID positive patients into nursing homes, and the fact that this governor continues to hide the numbers. The Justice Department had an investigation into him. He didn't give them any information, Glenn. I got it from a top source with the Justice Department, the top investigatory unit in the nation, and he wasn't giving them information. So she took it upon herself to investigate him and came up with the fact that the numbers have been skewed. He's been basically covering them up for many months now, and they're at least 50% higher than they've officially been reporting.
Yeah, and I think that the official number was 56% off of this report, which was incredible. And
wait, 56%
higher,
increase?
Yeah, higher than they had initially said.
Which brings that number to 28, or does that bring that number higher than 28?
I don't know the answer to that. I do know that the figure they've released already, though, is still too low. I mean, listen to this. The figures could be even higher, but the health department said its audit was ongoing, didn't break out deaths for presumed but not confirmed to be caused by the virus, and omitted those in assisted living or other types of long-term care facilities. There's still much, much more to unravel here, Janice.
Yes, absolutely. And that's why I am pressing everyone in government, in local government, as well as state government and even federal government. We need an independent bipartisan investigation into this governor and the whole debacle, the whole nursing home massacre. But I will tell you, there is light. There is a door opening because of this AG report. And now the New York Times is starting to dig in on this governor and this new AG report, as well as the vaccine rollout. There is an article, a damning article in New York Times today, talking about how 9 of his high ups in the health department are leaving. And they had an interview with Cuomo. And would you believe this was his quote, Glenn and Stu? Everybody has a plan until I punch them in the face. Basically saying, I don't need anybody. I know who I rely on. And the article lays out hospital lobbyists, top donors, not scientists, not people who should be telling you not to put COVID positive patients in nursing homes. Hospital lobbyists that give him millions of dollars are whispering in his ear about the nursing home issue and the vaccine rollout. This is criminal, Glenn and Stu. It's criminal.
So, Janice, it looks as though Gavin Newsom, the two Wonder Boys, were Newsom and Cuomo. And Newsom looks like there's a real chance of him being removed by the people. Do you see that kind of a recall Andrew Cuomo thing taking root in New York?
Stu, I think we need a new mug.
Yes. Andrew Cuomo is awful. Mugs, and we need now recall Andrew Cuomo. I'm in for this.
But here's the thing. I've done research. We can't do that in New York. It's a special kind of thing of beauty that they have in California. We can't do that here in New York. But we need to take his powers away. He has control over everything. They gave him superpowers, so no one can challenge him. And I've been saying to lawmakers, grow a spine. You have a lot of ammunition now against this governor. Go in and take his powers away. We are a democracy, not a monarchy.
Well, usually they don't do anything until they think the king will be dead. Nobody wants to put a knife in the back of the king if the king can live through it. And I think that's probably what's going on. Everybody is shy until it looks like he's weak enough to take out, which is it's sick, but that's what happens. You imagine if Donald Trump had not, well, we saw it after what happened at the Capitol. People started exiting the White House. And the press just dogpiled and said, this is an administration out of control. Everybody is leaving. You have 9 of the top health officials of New York leaving because of Andrew Cuomo. Isn't that worth more than just one story? Because the mainstream media, the New York Times is, but you're not seeing very much time spent on ABC, NBC, CBS. He's not getting the pushback that quite honestly is warranted with 9 top health advisors walking out.
And not listening to the science, not listening to the scientists, listening to his top hospital lobbyists who have been basically whispering in his ear since the very beginning of the pandemic. This is the reason why the meteorologist on Fox News Channel is getting political, because I saw none of the coverage. I was seeing these little bits and reports about, the COVID positive patients going into nursing homes, his executive order that was scrubbed off of his website, and the fact that he was hiding the numbers. And because I was not seeing the coverage on all of the mainstream, as you mentioned, the ABCs, the CBSs, the NBCs, who were instead anointing this man as like a hero, love life, tell us about your family, you could be the next president. I mean, that's why I'm here. That's why I'm, sounding the alarm. And it's still to this day, they continue to cover up for him.
It's incredible. I mean, and those interviews he did with Chris Cuomo from this period, are going to be legendary, I think, in the end of this.
It's weird. What's weird is, this, Stu. If I am friends with somebody or I like somebody or there's somebody in my own religion, I usually am harder on them.
Right.
Because I don't ever want people to say, oh, well, he's just cutting them slack. And it's unfair sometimes how hard I am on them. This is the exact opposite. This is, it's CNN colluding with the government of New York.
It really is. Janice, I want to get your perspective on this, because I had this feeling in a big way. Nobody's done more to keep Andrew Cuomo accountable than Janice Dean. It should be 100% clear. I've ranted about it a lot as well. And to the point of where if you had looked at this story at all, Janice, you knew this eventually was coming. This is not a surprise. We all knew New York was the only state doing this and counting the deaths this way. We all knew eventually there was going to be a release. There was multiple lawsuits on this front from the fine people at the Empire Center and others who were trying to get this information. Everyone who had looked at his performance at all knew eventually this number was going to come out. I was stunned to see how shocked everyone was by it. Partially, I'm happy that people are finally coming to this and seeing this. But like the CNN headline, Andrew Cuomo's COVID-19 performance may have been less stellar than it seemed. Like this,
not bad,
right?
Less stellar.
They were shocked by this information. I don't know whether to be encouraged or discouraged by all of this.
Well, can I tell you a story of what happened over the weekend? I've met a lot of families who have been grieving. Same story as my family. They lost a loved one in a nursing home. And my friend Dawn did an interview with Lester Holt on NBC on Thursday when the AG report was released. They got in touch with her. And they sent a reporter, or they did a Zoom session with a reporter. And she's very vocal about Cuomo. Every rally that I have ever been to, she has a sign that says "Killer Cuomo." I mean, she really, really believes that this man killed her mom. And so they started the interview, and she's done a few of these enough times that she knows they only take little sound bites of her. They never start with the Andrew Cuomo did this. I hold him accountable. So now when she does these interviews, she always starts with, and I blame Andrew Cuomo. Andrew Cuomo was the one that put COVID positive patients into nursing homes. Andrew Cuomo killed my mom. Well, she did that. And what did the reporter do? The producer?
Clipped it out.
No. She told her, do not say Andrew Cuomo. Please say the state of New York. I blame the state of New York. Yes.
Jeez.
So that's on their minute 15 clip that they used for the big AG 76-page report. Is my friend Dawn basically being coached on what to say instead of what she wanted to say. So she wrote on Facebook this weekend, I did this interview with Lester Holt. And this is the reason, why a lot of us, we want to get on the mainstream media, right? We want to tell people what's going on, but they're trying to tell us what we should say. And so she got on Facebook and said, I did this interview. They only used like 10 seconds of it. And they coached me. Instead of saying what I feel is Andrew Cuomo was the reason why my mom died, they said New York State failed. And that's what they used. And she was angry. And I posted it on Twitter. It went viral, and I called them out. NBC, Today Show, Lester Holt, shame on you for covering up this governor. And we had her on Fox and Friends this morning. We gave her 6.5 minutes.
Good for you.
She told her story, and she said, Governor Cuomo, you're the reason why my mom is dead.
Do me a favor. Call her for me. Tell her that our producers are going to call. I'll have Sarah reach out to you.
I would
get the
love
number.
that.
We'll put her on in the next hour at the bottom of the hour.
Thank you, Glenn.
Thank you.
And Stu.
You guys, you are doing God's work on this. I wish you the best, and please stay in touch with us. Let us know how we can help.
I will, my friend. Thank
you.
you to your viewers and your audience.
Thank you very much.